Hi classmates! Hello Ma'am Jeneline. So I am the first reporter from the group 1 and this is just an introduction video for you to feel ease and more alive despite of what we have faced from the past typhoons and earthquakes. And I want you to all know that it will all going to pass and we all be going to have a better and more relaxed tomorrow. And of course, you will be hearing my voice from the next presentation. And I want you all to listen carefully, of course. And if you have questions and clarifications, you are free to ask me questions after. Okay, and later on, I will going to answer those questions. So let's start on our discussions. Alright, so let's start our discussion formally. And of course, I have here two pictures that will lead us to the title of our topic, which we are going to tackle today. And I want you all to think in 5 seconds of what we are going to tackle based on the photos I've shown you on the slides. Alright, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So what is it? Very good, you got it right. It is an interview. So, the two pictures I've shown you shown that our topic today is interview. So, what is interview? Yes, thank you. The word interview is common, right? It's because we have all experienced being interviewed. And of course, the feeling of being interviewed, the feeling of being nervous, and of course it's the nerve-wracking point on job and of course on enrollment, right? So in this time we are going to know more about interview. I want you all to read this one. So an interview is formal. It is a formal meeting. And of course, it is effective when it is face-to-face meeting. It's because, let's set an example. So you were the employer and you're going to hire some employer of your business. And it is more effective when you're going to interview someone or an employee when you are interacting with him or her physically. It is because you are going to know his or her personality so that you will going to have the right employee and not the wrong one. And of course, when you are interacting or interviewing him or her personally, you will going to saw his or her performance on how he or she handles or answer your questions professionally. And that way, you're going to know more about the person's information and obtaining facts in your own way. Alright, let's refer to the second slides. In systems analysis, so analysis can be referred to as the employer or the interviewer. So when we say interviewer or the employer, you must have some techniques or skills in order for you to maintain professionalism and of course to maintain the value and the description that you are seeking from. So you must have the skills of being a critical thinking because you will going to criticize or to organize the thoughts or the answers of your interviewee. And of course you must have the skills of being an observer because as an observer you are going to observe the one you interview, his personality, and of course how he or she handles the situation or the questions you ask. And of course being a researcher because you are going to ask or formulate a questions that is intact to meet the standards that you are seeking from or the qualifications that you're seeking, because the effectiveness of an interview depends on the analyst's skill in asking questions and understanding responses. As what have I said, you're going to ask questions and of course to meet your qualifications on the interviewee. so that you are going to ask the questions aligned to the job description, and of course you're going to have a critical thinking skills in which you're going to understand those responses or those answers that have been answered by the interviewee of your question. Alright, now let's move on to the slides. So typically, an interview involves two people, the interviewer and the interviewee. So yes, I have already tell you that the interview is thus only involves two people. The main character on the interview is the interviewer and the interviewee, or as we set an example, the employer and the employee. But sometimes more may be present. Yes, but though there may be present, but the main character here is the interviewee and the interviewer, as long as there is one main interviewer and one main interviewee. So that is an interview. So it is a set of meeting where you gather information, gather some facts and evidences to meet the qualifications you needed to fit those people on the job or on the admission. Now that you all understand of what is interview, now let's move on to the types of interview. During the analysis process, interviews are conducted for a variety of purposes and with a variety of goals in mind. An interview can be conducted at various times within the process. First is initial introduction. In this first part, which is the initial introduction, it is, for example, you were the interviewee, so you will initiate the talking first. And of course, you will introduce the job description, the project's description, or the task to your interviewee, so that you will know on how your interviewee is so sure on applying to your job or to the school, on whatsoever, so that you will know the sureness of your interviewee. So second, we have familiarization or background. So when you were the interviewee, of course, after your initial introduction, you will ask about his or her backgrounds. So yes, it is very common that we're going to ask some backgrounds that may includes its education, experiences, to know your interviewee, so that you will know your interviewee's personality. And of course, the most important is experiences. It's because you will know the past experiences of your interviewee. And third is fact gathering. So at this point, you will collect specific data. You can ask for questioning about himself or herself, previous work experiences, type of person he or she is, or even certificates. You can ask for that, so that you will be sure on accepting the right person in your job. So yeah, that's it. Let's have the fourth one. So its purpose is to confirm data from other sources. So supporting your interviewee's claim, because as an interviewee also, you must accept or hire someone who can be trusted and most legal way. So in most legal way or in most professional way, you must confirm data of that interviewee. It's because to know that he or she is telling the truth, and of course it will support his or her claim. So this is most important for me, I think. And for the fifth part, we have confirmation of information gathered from the interviewee. So this may not be so necessary for me, but you may also let your interviewee to review and confirm the accuracy of the information given. It is for professionality, balance, and equality, since as interviewer, you may interview lots of people, and of course, you're going to choose the best among rest. so that you will have the most effective employee at your business. And the last one is follow up, amplification, and clarification. So this time we're going to ask more questions to clarify things or unclear parts or get deeper explanations. And so that your interviewee is on top, purpose, and sense of equal view to each applicant. Before we end this discussion, let me set things clear. So, interview meeting can be done in so many different many or in many ways, such as on job, on school admission, or many more. So, I just set an example, the employee and the employer, for you to better understand this discussion. And I hope that you understand our discussion today. So thank you guys for delving me with this topic, and I will pass you on to my group mates for the other discussion. So if you have any questions or clarifications, you are free to ask me, and later on I will going to answer those. Thank you.